I'm Florence from Sunway University. So I will be presenting about Sunway University, the program they offer, and then the pictures of Sunway, and then where is it at. So if you have any questions, so you can just drop it at the Q&A box. So I'll try my very best to answer the question later on. Okay. So without further ado, so just let me introduce. Okay. So the very first slide here, it's Sunway University. So this is how our campus looks like. So Sunway University is located in Sunway City. So Sunway City basically is located in Malaysia at capital city Kuala Lumpur. Okay, so sorry, are you able to see my slides here from your side?
Yes, it's still the welcome slide.
Sorry, because I can't seem to move my. Oh, okay, here, got it. Okay, I'm so sorry. Small technical issue. So, okay, just to introduce overall what is the Sunway group here and Sunway education. So, what you can see here is that this is the Sunway group. So, we do have a total of 13 different business units. As you can see that every logo is in red color except for Sunway Education. This is because we are a non-profit organization. So basically, you can simply understand it as the one that is in red color is making profit, but Sunway Education, most of our profit, okay, will turns out to upgrade our facilities in the universities and then giving scholarship to the students where they meet all the requirements, etc. All right, so moving forward. Okay, so under Sunway Educations, not only we are only providing educations for Sunway University, but we start from the very young. So if you can see, we start from Sunway International School, starting from kindergarten, okay, towards primary, middle school, and high school. Now, after you complete high school, let's say either you complete the all Cambridge education system, which is the O level, or the Canadian Ontario system. Okay, then you can move on, continue to Sunway College. Now, Sunway College over here, we do provide all pre-university courses or diploma courses. So after students complete this program, they will move on to Sunway University, continue on their undergraduate program, as well as master's and PhD. Okay, so under Sunway Education Group, we start from very young all the way to working adults. All right. Okay, here are some of the accolades and recognition that Sunway University currently holds. So we do rank in Shanghai ranking, the Times ranking, as well as the QS ranking, as you can see here from the slides. And then moving forward, okay, so what you can see here is this is the pictures of Sunway University. Sunway City. Okay, apologies. This is the picture of Sunway City. So Sunway University is actually located here. Now, for all international students, so when you arrive at the airport, okay, the traveling distance from the airport towards Sunway University or Sunway City is approximately 45 minutes. Okay, that is without the jam. So let's say if you happen to travel during the rush hours, so it can take up to more than 1 hour plus to reach Sunway City. Now, if let's say you would like to explore about Kuala Lumpur City Centre, so from Sunway University or Sunway City, it just takes about 30 minutes right to Kuala Lumpur City Centre. Now, so over here, you can see a clearer picture. This is where Sunway University is at. Okay, this is the whole Sunway City. So over here, Sunway University is here. Now, throughout the city is actually linked by Cover Bridge Walk, the Canopy Walk. Okay, so let's say if students study at Sunway City and then they stay at our student accommodations. So basically, they can actually get all their necessity at Sunway Pyramid Shopping Mall, which is the triangle one. All right. Then let's say if you wanted to, relax and have some fun apart from your study, this is the water theme park. Okay, Sunway Lagoon Water Theme Park. So let's say your parents want to come and visit you. Okay, they actually don't have to worry about the accommodation. We do have our very own Sunway Resort Hotel, which is just located here in Sunway City as well. For instance, if let's say you touch wood, okay, for international students, you feel ill and then you needed to see doctors. Now, Sunway Medical Center is just located right here. So within the city, you basically have everything that you need. Okay, so if you can see from here. Now, moving on, this is the animated map, okay, for you to have a clearer picture. Now, from here, this is Sunway University. This is Sunway College. So this two is located in the same area. Now, if you can see here, follow through my mouse, this is where Sunway Pyramid Shopping Mall is. Now, throughout the city, you can see these pink color dotted lines. Okay, this is the covered bridge walk, canopy walk. So it actually looks like this. Okay, so no matter it's rainy or sunny, student can actually just use this cover canopy walk to get from point A to point B. All right. Now let's say if you're not a very walking person like me, so you actually can use a free shuttle bus, which is it looks exactly like this. Now this free shuttle bus only only travel within Sunway City. Okay, so you can see these yellow stations here. This is where the bus will be traveling at. Okay, you can see here, free shuttle bus starting from the mall all the way to Sunway Lagoons, to residence, to university, and to another residence here. Okay, so throughout this map, you also can see this. This is Sunny Residence, and this is Waterfront Residence. This is where student accommodation and student will be staying at. All right. Okay, so moving on. Okay, so this is the free shuttle bus route. So you can see if let's say you decided to take the shuttle bus, so this is where it will stop at the entrance and nearest to the shuttle bus. So one, it will be at the Monash University, Malaysia, and the other one will be at the Sunny Monash BRT station. So these 2 points, drop-off point is actually walking distance less than 5 minutes to the university entrance. Okay, so moving forward, okay. So I understand that international students, parents, you'll be concerned about the security and all. So in Sunway City, we have our very own security force and our very own police force that will take care of the safety of the Sunway City 24/7. So basically, you can see here, throughout Sunway City and the covered canopy bridge walk, okay, it's equipped with CCTV 24/7, and also there will be security guard that will be patrolling every 1 hour to around the city to ensure that there is no silly things going on. Okay, then okay, so before I continue on, so just to show you a video clip about the whole of Sunway City. So this is one done by one of our international students from Portugal. So if let's say you do have any question, please drop your question at the Q&A box. So yes.
I think the video we can't hear.
Can't hear.
Yeah, we can't hear the video.
So from your side, are you able to adjust the volume or anything? Because my side here, it's already adjusted to max.
That's very weird because we still can't hear. Try again. Right now, I think you can try continue the video. See?
Okay, just hold on. Are you able?
No, we can't hear.
Oh, sir, let me try to see what. Perhaps I share with you the video. Maybe you can share from your side. Will
Yeah,
that work?
that'll be fine. That'll be fine.
Okay, I'll share with you in a short while. So I'll just continue on with the slides first. I'm so sorry for the technical issue here. Okay,
No problem.
all right. Okay, sorry, I'll just continue on first. Okay, then I'll just share with you about the accommodation from my side here. So basically, most international students will be staying here at either Waterfront Residence, Sunny Residence, or Sunny Apartment. Now, the difference between these three accommodation is that I will call it 4-star, 3-star, and 2-star. let's put it this way, because okay, under waterfront residence, we have different room types available. So we do have the twin sharing room available. We do have the single room available, as well as studio room available. So depending on which room type the student that opt for, so the rental price is also different. So let's say if it's, for example, twin sharing room, it will be 890 Malaysia ringgit per month. Now, this price actually includes all the utility bills as well already, in terms of water bill, electricity bill, as well as the Wi-Fi bill. Okay, now the walking distance from waterfront to Sunway University is approximately 15 minutes through the canopy walk. All right, now coming over to Sunny Resident. Sunny Resident, unfortunately, there's only one room type available, which is twin sharing only, which is two people in one room. Okay, however, the advantage of students staying here as Sunny resident is that it's very close to the university campus, which is about 5-minute walking distance from the Canopy Bridge Walk. Now, for Sunny apartment, okay, so this is more towards for a student that is having a very tight budget, because the room available is only either two sharing or four sharing, four students sharing a room, okay, in one room, but there's non-AC, which is non-air conditioned. Okay, now the rental comes down to 440 onwards. But the advantage for staying here as Sunny resident is actually just behind Sunway College. So basically, walking distance is just 2 minutes. Okay, you reach the Sunway College and then or university. Now, if I can share with you some pictures of how twin sharing and single room looks like. So this is how a typical twin sharing room looks like, okay, at either Sunny resident or waterfront resident. So basically, what you see here, okay, it's what you get, except for pillowcases, quill cover or bedsheet cover, because due to hygiene reasons, so students have to buy for their own, okay. So you basically you will get tables and chairs. Okay, you students will have their own cupboard. Okay, all the necessity will be placed in the room. Now, this is how a single room looks like. Okay, basically it's slightly more spacious than the twin sharing room, so you don't have to share a room. It's just you have the whole room to yourself, except that common area will be shared, such as the living room, and then such as toilet will be shared, and then kitchen area. Now, this is how, okay, if you can see my mouse here, this is how a studio room looks like. So basically you have the entire space to yourself, like basically the whole unit, the studio unit to yourself. So you do have your own mini kitchen here, and then this is your bed, and then this is your cupboard, and then this is your little study table, etc. Now, this is how a single room ensuite or single room bed looks like. You get to have your own toilet. Now, just extra information for you. So let's say for students that wish to stay in student accommodation, it's best that they put in requests early, okay? Because normally single room, studio, and single ensuite is actually quite high demand. So basically it comes on a first come, first serve basis, okay? All right, so for right now, I will be going on towards the program that is going to be offered here at Sunway College and later on to Sunway University. Now, this is how Sunway College looks like. It's a total of 4 to 5 stories. So every level is for different programs, such as like pre-university program. So I will touch on in a short while. So over here, this is pre-university program that is offered here at Sunway College. So we do offer Australian matriculation. Okay. We also do offer Cambridge GCE advanced level. We also offer Canadian International Matriculation Program. We also offer Monash University Foundation Year. And last, we also do offer our very own Sunway Foundation program. So in the next slide, I will be sharing with you more details about this program. Okay, so I do understand that Timothy, is it all the students are coming from Myanmar, Thailand, Laos, Cambodia?
I would say it's still quite a mix.
Quite a mix. Okay,
Very mix, yeah.
so okay, I do understand. The reason why I ask is because depending on students' high school qualifications, so generally you will have to go through pre-university program first. So the first one student can actually go for is Australian matriculation. Now this program, okay, it's design, not to say design, okay, basically student going to take Australian matriculation, they want to further study into, Western Australia, okay, university. Now the duration of this program is 1 year. And then you do have external exam. We call it the WACE exam. So this is where after you complete your program, then you participate in the external exam to score for your ATA scoring. So with that ATA scoring that you have, you can actually enroll into any Australia university of student's choice. Okay, depending you meet that particular university entry requirements. Okay, now over here you have 50% internal assessment like small tests or assignment work that is assigned by the teachers, and you have 50%. This is the external exam. Okay, WACE exam. Now intake, we do have three intake for this Australian matriculations. We have the January intake, April intake, and June intake. All right. Now the second one is Cambridge GCE A level. This is from the UK. So basically, A level, okay, so student, let's say completing, for example, completing O level, completing high school, they want to come over and do, for example, GCE A level. So this is 100% examination based. Now the duration, unlike Australia matriculation, which is 1 year, for A level is 18 months, which means that students will have to do 2 external exams. So break down into one for the AS level, which is advanced subsidiary level, and later on the A2 level. So I give you an example. So let's say if students join in January intake, okay, they will have their first AS exam, external exam at winter paper, which is October-November exam. Okay, now after completing the first exam, accumulate 50% of the mark, they will continue on to A2. Okay, so the A2 external exam will be at May, June summer paper. Okay, so after student completing May, June papers examination, the marks from AS and A2 will be combined together, and that is the final result that the student will be getting for A level. Okay, so minimum subject for A level is 3, maximum you can go up to 4. All right, now next, it will be Canadian International Matriculation Program. Now, this is another pre-university program, okay? So the duration for this is 12 months, okay? Now, how does CIMP works is that 70% is coursework and 30% is examination. So most students, they might be thinking that, okay, oh, it's slightly easy because I can actually just score a lot of marks from my coursework and then maybe not to focus so much on my exam, which is wrong because they do look into both, okay? And we do have different intakes for CIMP, but I just wish to highlight here is that if student joining the January or July intake, the study duration is 1 year. However, only the September intake, the study duration is 18 months. Okay, and the reason why is the way the program is being laid out. So only for students that joining September intake, it will be slightly longer. Okay, and it will be broken down into 3 semesters. So for September intake, the first semester, students are only allowed to select English and mathematics subject, whereas second semester onward, they can continue on to select the subject of their own preference. Okay, now coming over to Monash University Foundation year, from the name itself, you can already understand that this is a foundation specifically for students that after completing this foundation year, they continue on with Monash University. Now, the study duration for Murphy is about 12 months. Okay, again, the assessment is about 70% coursework and 30% examination. Okay, then for the intakes, you do have January, July, and August intake. There's also 3 intakes per year. Sorry, excuse me. Now, for the last one, it will be Sunway Foundation Program. So under Sunway Foundation Program, we do have our very own foundation, which we have Foundation in Arts and Foundation in Science and Technology. So depending on student, let's say for Foundation in Arts, they would like to pursue maybe further study later on in bachelor's, such as business, hospitality, or maybe towards IT program or arts program, they can enroll for Foundation in Arts. Whereas for Foundation in Science and Technology, it's more for students that want to continue on in bachelor's level such as engineering or medicine program. Okay, then student can enroll for foundation in arts. Again, the duration for Sunway Foundation program, it's 12 months. Okay, then the intakes and the coursework, the coursework, it comes down to 50% coursework and 50% examination. Now coming down to the intake, again, there is also 3 intake for this program: January intake, April intake, and August intake. Okay, now moving forward, it will be the Sunway University. So after, let's say, student complete, pre-university program, they can actually continue on to our undergraduate program. So basically, under Sunway University here, these are the pathway available here. So there are 2 possible pathways which I can share with you all. So first, okay, O-level or any high school equivalent certificate. Okay, the first pathway is student comes in with high school certificate O-level, for example, then they will go for pre-university. So any pre-university program that the student enroll for, once they complete, they can continue on to degree for either 3 years or bachelor's degree or 4 years. 4 years is mainly for engineering program only. Then after they complete the undergraduate, they will continue on to postgraduate. Okay, now second pathway is that, let's say students come in for O-level, but after that they decided to continue on to diploma. Now the difference between pre-university and diploma is that diploma pathway is already very fixed. So for instance, students come in for diploma in business administration. Now after they complete diploma for 2 years, okay, duration of 2 years, they continue on bachelor in business only. So let's say after student complete diploma in business, then suddenly they have interest, for example, in hospitality. Unfortunately to say, they will not be able to continue on to bachelor's level at hospitality. Instead, they will have to either go through pre-university or back to diploma in hospitality before they move on to bachelor. So this is the difference here. So students that go through this pathway is students that have already very fixed and confirmed pathway. Okay, then they can go for diploma, because some students, they complete diploma, they actually can start working before they continue on to bachelor's level. Whereas for pre-university, you cannot work after you complete pre-university. You have to complete undergraduate bachelor's first before you start working. Okay, so these are the 2 differences here. Now, we do have our partners. Okay, so our partners for Sunway University is, we have Lancaster University from the UK. We do have Le Cordon Bleu. Okay, this is mainly for our hospitality program. Then we do have Victoria University. Then we do have Arizona State University. Arizona State University from the US. Okay, so these are our partners. Now, coming over to Lancaster University, the programs here. So mainly, most of our bachelor's program are validated by Lancaster University. Okay, so this is top 10 university in the UK. So let's say you come and join our bachelor's program. Okay, so most of our bachelor program is 3 years. So there are 2 options for students. So once students complete 3 years here, or bachelor's with Sunway University, upon graduation, you do get dual cert. So one is the Sunway University cert, and the other one is the University of Lancaster cert. Okay, unless we do have an option, transfer option available for students. So if students decide not to complete 3 years of study here in Malaysia at Sunway University, we have a 1+2 option. So first year, they have to complete study here at Sunway University. Then remaining 2 years, the student can transfer out to UK Lancaster University. Now, the only difference here is that when you transfer out, you will actually be paying in pounds. And then upon graduation, you will be only getting the Lancaster University cert. Okay, then, so these are the programs available that you can do a 1+2 transfer to Lancaster University. So there's also another advantage. If you are a Sunway University student, you transfer out, you do get a special discount on 20% off on your tuition fee later on at Lancaster University. Okay, moving forward. So, okay, so let's say if you do not want to transfer, you don't want to go for 1+2 transfer options, we do have another option, which is the 3-week summer school program. Okay, so basically, year two onwards, so student can actually register, and then basically they pay about approximately 20 to 25,000 Malaysia ringgit, which includes the air ticket to and from London. And then you basically accommodation is covered and meal is also covered. So student will be staying at Lancaster University hostels, and then they will be spending 3 weeks there attending short courses. So after 3 weeks of this program, then student will return back to Malaysia and continue on their program here at Sunway University. Okay, so this is just another option for students that really want to explore the UK and all. Now, moving forward, so these are the programs that is offered here at Sunway University. So we do have the American Educations, we do have arts program, business, engineering and computing, and also we do have the hospitality, okay, mathematical science, as well as the medicals and life sciences. Now, this American education, I'll be sharing a little bit more later on, as well as the hospitality. All right. So now coming over to hospitality program. Again, student upon graduation, student will be receiving 2 certificates, one from Sunway University and one from the Le Cordon Bleu. So this is mainly for student joining our hospitality program. In terms of diploma and bachelor, student will be receiving 2 certificates. Next, it will be the Victoria University pathway. So, okay, this pathway is only mainly for business program. There's no other program except only business, okay? So student joining Victoria University, again, it's a 3 year bachelor's program, okay? The difference is that they won't be receiving dual cert. They will only mainly be receiving the Victoria University certificates, all right? But transfer options are slightly flexible, okay? So student can actually do full 3 years here in Malaysia, or they can do 1+2 transfer option, not only to Victoria University, they can actually transfer to either New Zealand, okay, or to any other university within Australia, okay? Or they also can do, 2+1, which is 2 years here in Malaysia, and then the remaining last year, they can transfer out to any university in Australia or New Zealand. Now, coming over to our American education program. So first, we do offer ADDP, American Degree Transfer Program. So basically, this is more towards, you can understand it as like one-way ticket to US, okay? So basically, this duration is 4 years. So sorry, excuse me. Student coming in from graduating from high school or pre-university. So basically they will join 2 years of program here, okay? Then remaining 2 years, they will be, after they complete ADTB, first 2 year accumulate approximately 60 credit hours. Then the final third and fourth year, they will be transferring out to US University, any US University of the student's choice, okay? So long they meet the credit hours. Okay, for instance, let's say students want to transfer out to New York University. If let's say New York University requires slightly more than 60 credit hours, then student will have to actually talk to our ADDP faculty to see how can they meet the required credit hour before they transfer out to the university in US. Moving forward, there's also another pathway for students is that the program that is being offered here. So let's say student completing the pre-university program, okay? They can actually move on to the bachelor's of either computer science, digital communications, or psychology. But this is partner with Arizona State University. Now, if you can see, follow through my mouse here. So these are the 4 options available. So student can either do 4 years here at Sunway University, but upon graduation, they will be only receiving the Sunway University cert. Or they can go for option 2, which is 3 years, okay, at Sunway University. And the remaining last year, you will still be at Sunway University. However, you will attend online classes, okay, which is taught by the lecturers from ASU, okay, attending online classes. Upon graduations, you'll be receiving 2 certs, one from Sunway University and one from the ASU. Okay, now the third pathway is that 3+1. So students can actually study 3 years here at Sunway University. Remaining the last year, they can transfer out to Arizona State University. Okay, now the fourth option is 2+2. So 2 years here at Sunway University and 2 years at Arizona State University. So these are the transfer options available for students that wanting to go to US to further study or whether to transfer to Arizona State University. Okay, now coming to scholarship, I'm sure a lot of students and parents would like to know about scholarship. So let's say if student comes in and then complete our pre-university program, so continue on to our bachelor's or bachelor's program. So depending on which pre-university program that you choose, so long you meet the scholarship requirements, then these are the quadrants and the amount that we offer here for students. So the highest scholarship amount can go up to 13,000 per year. Okay, so this scholarship is actually renewed every year, meaning that first year of bachelor degree, we will base on students' grades from pre-university program. Now, second year onwards, we will base on students' grade from year one, bachelor's year one scoring. So, for instance, if you are using A levels grade, okay, then you manage to get triple A. So you already secured 13,000 for the first year. Now, coming to second year, in order to maintain the same scholarship quadrant or same scholarship amount, you need to maintain a CGPA scoring of 3.65 in order to get the same amount. However, if student cannot maintain 3.65, they sort of only can maintain maybe up to 3.45, then your scholarship amount will drop from 13,000 to 11,000. So let's say if students still cannot maintain 3.45, they only can maintain, let's say, 3.25, then the scholarship amount will further drop again to 7,000. Now, 7,000 is the minimum requirement and minimum amount for scholarship. If students still cannot maintain 3.25, unfortunately to say, there will be no scholarship anything below 3.25 scoring. Okay, so you will be paying the full amount. All right. Now, if let's say after completing pre-university program, then you did not meet the scholarship entry requirements, don't worry, you can always register the Sunway Pulse. Okay, this is just for students that do not have any was not being offered any scholarship. They will get extra 10% tuition fee waiver. So this is actually for every semester. So let's say 1 year of bachelor's, you have 3 semesters. So every semester you'll get 10% discount. Okay, so whichever you are entitled for. So these are the details here. Okay, so here I'll be sharing some pictures of Sunway University Lecturers Hall auditorium. And this is our campus library. So, okay, and this is our study area. Okay, and then this is our cafeteria. So we do have our very own Starbucks at Sunway University. And this is also cafe as well, Madeline Cafe. And this is our sport facilities. So we do have our very own FIFA certified football field. We have basketball court, and then we have tennis court, etc. We have our very own gym room, okay, and our very own swimming pool, Olympic size swimming pool. And yes, so this is pretty much the presentation from my end. So Timothy, back to you. Thank you so much, everyone.
Yeah, no worries. Thank you so much. So actually, there is also one quick question on for CIMP program, can accept GED plus Duolingo?
GED plus. Okay, GED, we are looking at the scoring of at least 145 and above. Normally, we will require students to take IELTS, at least 5.5.
But Duolingo absolutely you cannot accept, right? Duolingo.
We normally look into IELTS.
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
Okay, all right, noted. Okay, because especially because I think from my side, because usually Duolingo is picking up, especially from the Myanmar region, to be very
Ah,
honest. To
okay.
be very honest with you. Actually in the meantime, guys, I'm actually also trying to give a feedback. So lately, especially also how about students who actually took the advanced placement?
You mean the AP subject?
AP subjects, yes, sorry, AP
Okay,
subjects.
so let's say if students have the high school diploma, okay, and then if only with high school diploma, then student will have to go through pre-university program. But if student can provide, come out with at least three AP subject with a scoring of 444, then they can send it to, you, and then you can share it to us. Actually, you can go for the bachelor degree.
So the 444 has to be with the high school completion, right?
Correct. High school diploma.
High school diploma completion, no matter at high school completion, that means is it? Oh, okay, I get like example US high school completion, then with the three
Yes,
AP
correct, correct.
subjects.
Yes.
Okay, sure, noted on that. I think they make it very clear. Three subjects.
Mm.
Is there a difference in school fees between July intake and September?
Okay, you mean for which program?
Do you have any specific program you're looking at? I mean, but do not worry. The fees usually because Florence has already passed me there's a fee schedule that we usually have for each of the programs.
Mm.
So let's say usually CIMP, yes.
Oh, okay. Yes, if CIMP, yes, there is a slight difference because the duration will be longer. So it's actually not much difference. So for January and July intake is approximately Malaysia ringgit 46,000. Now, if you join for the September intake, it's roughly about 47 to 48,000. Even though the September intake is roughly 18 months, but the difference is about 1,000 to 1,005 Malaysia ringgit.
Okay, okay.
Mm.
I see. Okay, this is very interesting. I think because we have gotten some applications recently, the minimum score of the Myanmar matriculation to join the foundation or diploma.
Minimum score. Sorry, can you further
The
clarify on
sorry,
that?
the minimum score. I think what they meant is the average because Myanmar scores. I think there's an average scoring, if I'm not mistaken. The
If not mistaken, if I didn't get the question wrongly, normally we will be looking in because student coming in from Myanmar matriculation scoring, we will be actually looking into five subject. Okay, five credit. So typically we'll be looking into at least 65. If let's say for that particular subject, your subject full mark is 100, then we will be looking into 65 scoring and above.
So
I
65.
hope that answer the questions because normally we will be looking into specific subject scoring.
Noted on that, but it
Mm,
definitely all the five subjects, right?
correct.
The five subjects. Okay.
Mm,
Okay, sure, no problem. And okay, yep, no problem, no problem. That's why I'm just looking around on the questions. So
okay.
whether it's foundation or diploma, right? Whether it's foundation or diploma, right? Yeah.
Foundation, yes, if diploma, we'll be looking into three C's.
Three C's, okay.
Mm,
Because it says maximum score of 550, maximum scores of 550 plus 600 total based on the six subjects. Yep, it's true.
mm.
Okay. So I figured maybe hold on, I think I can pull up something. Just one. Okay. July intake application. I think as of now is near impossible, right, Florence, for
Okay,
July?
so just to share with you the application timeline and all. So let's say if student wants to join intake, for example, July intake, unfortunately as of now, it's less than 6 weeks away, 6 to 8 weeks away. It's best that if you want to join for a particular intake for a program, it's best you submit your application and documents at least 2 to 2.5 months before the intake. The reason is because student visa takes about 6 to 8 weeks to process and to completely get approved by Malaysia immigration. So let's say if you want to join the July intake, as of now, I would say that it's very risky, okay? So it will be a 50-50% chances. If let's say your student visa only comes out after the July orientations program, then you will be automatically transferred to the next available intake. You won't make it for July unless you're very lucky, your student visa comes out before the orientation day, then yes, you can make it.
Yeah,
Mm,
so no worries. Actually, for the Myanmar matriculation, actually is the average of 6 subjects. It is 6 subjects, if I'm not
mm,
wrong.
mm.
6 subjects. Okay. Right, right. So, and then, do you accept GED qualifications to join the diploma program?
We do because GED is maximum 4 subjects. So that's why we accept so long you have a scoring of at least 145 per subject and above.
145%. That
Mm.
applies to all diploma programs, right?
Not really all. So
Yeah.
we do look into the program that student join. So for instance, let's say for example, if student want to join diploma in finance and finance or accounting, then high chances will not because the finance and accounting will actually do look into maths. So if let's say they want to go
Okay.
for a business pathway, then only business in administrative we will recommend.
I see, I see.
And also
Because
just to, oh,
um,
sorry, continue
uh,
first.
no, because I'm actually wondering because like example, I do understand about let's say students, especially from GED backgrounds, right?
Mm,
And what happens if they wanted to study example like programs that require a very good mathematic
mm.
prerequisites, specifically engineering, finance, which I think that's also something that I'm also quite curious as well.
Okay, if like normally student coming in from GED, right? Because okay, for our standard requirement, we actually look into 5 subjects. But for GED, only specific program that actually can be offered to students. So that's why this is very, I would say, very broad answer. So depending on application, we'll assess from case to case basis. But let's say for very technical programs such as like engineering or the one that I mentioned just now where accounts and finance they do look into maths a lot, then unfortunately maybe students have to go through pre-university first before they continue on. And
Mm,
also for pre-university program, if student wants to enroll with GED, unfortunately OSMAT the entry requirement they don't really accept GED as well as Sunway Foundation programs such as Foundation in Science and Technology because they do look into maths and science quite a lot.
okay, okay. So
Mm,
what you're mentioning is that let's say for GED qualifications, if they still want to join, let's say foundation, you
mm.
you just maybe join the general programs like foundation in arts,
Yes, CIMP or maybe like
IMP,
MAFI programs
MAFI
or A
okay,
level.
MAFI program or A level. MAFI program
Correct.
A level, okay, but not
Yes.
for OSMET.
Not for OSMAT
Uh,
and Foundation in Science and Technology.
Okay, okay, I see.
Mm,
Okay. Yeah. So usually I think let's say even if we have because just to let you know guys, usually for applications to Sunway, usually when we submit, Florence and the team can usually try to do a pre-assessment. So once the let's do a pre-assessment based on the student's qualification, and then
mm.
let's say usually if the Florence and the team they know that the student meet the requirement, they will issue this document called the letter of eligibility.
Yes,
So
the
letter
LOE.
yeah, LOE, LOE in short form, short sense, short form to it. So that way,
Mm,
I think it'll give students some confidence that okay, the Sunway have already done the assessment, so the student just have they will have to pay a certain amount, which will be written in the LOE. It will also show you how to make the payment, which also gives us confidence. Let's say the student wants to accept the offer. At the same time, just for just like to also ask again because let's say if the
mm.
student do not meet the requirement, the admission team will still recommend another program to us.
Yes, so let's say for that particular program the student want to enroll into, they did not meet the entry requirement, then we will see what are the suitable program or that suits the student. If really don't have, then we will say unfortunately, maybe you have to go alternate pathway. We will further advise.
Okay, sure, no
Mm.
problem. Okay, great. That's a very informative. So, okay, any more questions, everyone? Any more questions or any more clarification you guys want to know about? Oh, here it is.
Mm.
Does the university offer university internal English test for students who doesn't have IELTS?
Okay, so for us, normally we don't have a standalone English program that's offered to students. So normally, if students wants to, let's say, have English test to obtain IELTS or attend English classes, they might have to look for an English language center.
Okay.
Mm,
So regardless, Sunway's English requirement is I like to say straightforward and bit
mm.
I like to say straightforward. Strict, I think strict is a word, but I think which makes sense. So no, Duolingo has to be IELTS. Yep, IELTS.
Yes, IELTS or well, usually for pre-university program, it will be IELTS 5.5. But let's say if student coming in for a bachelor's program, it will be IELTS 6.0.
Okay. No problem.
Mm.
All right. I think we can have time for one more question. Anyone, guys? Last question. This is also pretty good. Yeah. Like for the CIMP, when is let's say for CIMP, the orientation date? I think
You
uh
mean for which intake that you wish to know, July or the September intake?
maybe the September one, because let's say if they wanted to submit for CIMP, it'll have to be
September.
for the September one. Yeah.
Okay, if it's September, it will be roughly on 17th of September. If it's, let's say you want to know about July, so July it will be 16th of July.
Hmm.
Mm,
Which 16th of July is definitely not recommended due to the visa
correct.
timeline, right? Yeah.
Yes, correct. So I just want to touch on a little bit. So just now for the English test, right? Beside IELTS, we also do accept TOEFL. So if let's say student do provide TOEFL English test, then you can share the result with us.
Is PT Academy also accepted as well?
PTE, the Pearson Test English, right?
Yeah,
Yes,
academic.
we do accept.
Okay. All right.
Mm. So usually we will be looking at the scoring of at least for PTE, we'll be looking at around 51 and above. Okay, let's say for TOEFL, TOEFL scoring, we will be actually looking at 46 and above, roughly there. That is equivalent to IELTS 5.5. If let's say for IELTS 6.0, let's say for TOEFL scoring, then we'll be looking around 60 and above. Let's say for PTE is around 59 to 60 and above as well.
Okay. No
Mm.
problem. Okay, I think we are done for today's session. I think this is quite fantastic. But everyone, if you have any more questions, please feel free to reach out to us. Then we'll catch up again with Florence as soon as we can. All right.
Sure, no problem. Thank you so much for having me here. Have a good day.
Okay, sure. Thanks, Florence.
Okay,
Thanks,
thank
everyone.
you.
Have a
Okay,
great day. See
bye.
you. Bye bye. Bye bye.